Everybody, it's Coffee Morning with Karlos Morale, where I play a game based upon top secret criteria whilst drinking my morning coffee until my cup is dry. And today we're going to be playing Sword Coast Legends, published by Digital Extremes back in the October month of 2015, developed by N-Space, but since then numerous other developers apparently have had their hands in the pot. I can't even tell if I like this game or not. So that's some useful video content right there. I kind of do. It's a classic computer role-playing game with updated mechanics. So it's more akin to the Dungeons and Dragons 4th and 5th editions. Reading online info doesn't help because much of the discussion is either this game plays like 4th edition and 4th edition sucks, balanced out by large numbers of "stop living in the past, you old fogey, 4th edition is the greatest and therefore this game is the greatest." Usually a lot less concisely and delivered in the style of someone trying to break their face off by bashing it endlessly against brickwork. And of course, everyone is wrong. Sword Coast Legends invites you to create your own hero from the outset, as RPGs are wont to do in the main. I've gone for a ranger here, since I like going invisible and shooting arrows into people. Ranger has been a solid choice, buffing damage against single targets and also being able to smoothly transition into a bit of sword and board if the situation demands it, without being sliced up into thin strips of jerky. Your main guy, kinda janky here, is under your complete control, but so are the other members of your party, which quickly number 4 in total. You meet a few different characters you can add to the roster, but the good old standby of healing type, melee type, range type and funky wizard get the job done. There's a lot of dungeon crawling, wandering around in dank sewers, dank caves, dank crypts and marginally less dank cities, all of which are populated by the usual cast of drunk peasants, sassy wenches, surly guards and grim horrors from beyond the veil. You give some gold out, intimidate some folk, Hulk smash your way through the lot of them. It's I guess up to you, but along the way you'll start to unravel the bigger picture, which of course involves diabolical demonic manipulations and an ancient curse. Or does it? The answer, of course, is yes. Equip your heroes with a variety of magic accoutrements to give them the edge in combat and your other travails. It sounds very much like every other CRPG out there. So what, if anything, gives Sword Coast Legends a leg up on the competition? This is where it gets a little complicated, and it really depends on your personal tastes. Firstly, it's an isometric perspective, which I've always found preferable in my RPGs. You can pause the game at any moment to give out instructions to your various party members, and you'll need to, since some of the enemies you'll encounter are no pushover. It reminds me most clearly of Temple of Elemental Evil, without perhaps quite the brutal difficulty level, in terms of how the combat plays out. Sword Coast Legends benefits from a more modern interface and crisper graphics, helping you keep track of everything, which is good, because those old games can get a bit sort of foggy and bogged down in their own 90s approach, shall we say. The second big issue depends on your tolerance for RPG masochism. The quest log is, to put it politely, quaintly old-fashioned. To put it less politely, the quest log is fucking useless and holds only the barest information. I literally had to write things down that I wanted to remember. I know, yeah. And for some, this Ultima-esque, you need to do task X, and here's a rough sort of location of where it might be style, might be delightfully challenging, but I found myself hankering for the modern convenience of a giant flashing quest marker as I completed my 4th lap of the graveyard looking for a door I hadn't been in yet. Very quickly, the publisher says, set in the lush and vibrant world of Forgotten Realms, Sword Coast Legends offers an all-new way to enjoy the time-tested magic of playing Dungeons and Dragons as a shared storytelling experience. With a deep narrative developed by a team of long-time industry veterans and a partnership with Wizards of the Coast, the single-player campaign of Sword Coast Legends brings the world of Faerun home like never before. They're not wrong, I guess. Sword Coast Legends it's a well-made, old-school style CRPG. It brings with it a lot of the trappings of the classic games of the oeuvre, for good or ill. So, either the prospect of playing something like Baldur's Gate, but with a more modern rule set, appeals to you, or it doesn't. There's a lot of game here for, less than 20 quid, with a couple of sizable expansion campaigns to play once you've beaten the main storyline. And there is a multiplayer component, but no one's playing it. So it'll just be you, your notepad, and some giant energy drinks to keep you awake into the wee small hours. Thanks ever so much for watching this video. I'm going to wrap things up quite quickly because we've spent quite a long time talking about Sword Coast Legends. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't hesitate to drop a like on the relevant button, or, leave a comment to the effect of, "This was great. Thanks ever so much. You're my hero," because that'll fill me with joy. And I will see you next time.